Well, just proud of the guys. I thought they really battled in a game that you had 26 fouls by them and 27 fouls by us, and I think we both combined for like 71 foul shot attempts. So you're going to have a lot of stoppage of play, and that's hard to get in rhythm. And I thought offensively, after about the first 7 or 8 minutes, we really got in good rhythm. I thought our last 30 plus minutes, we were really hard to guard. And it's not like we shot lights out, but I thought we really did a lot of good things offensively. Scored 85, 37, and 48, and I don't think we had more than 5 points 7 or 8 minutes into that game. So I thought offensively we came out of that kind of fog that we had in Logan. Defensively, I wasn't as happy, especially at halftime, the first 20, because I thought we fouled a lot. And obviously, offensively, we made them foul. Defensively, in the second half, I thought we were better. We held them 38 in the second half and had a huge stop after a tough turnover when we've got the ball inside 50 seconds. That's hard to do when they can pretty much win it in that possession or at least take the lead. And for us to get a turnover there, I thought that was huge. I thought we did a much better job on the backboard. We beat them on the boards coming off the game that we had against Utah State. And I just liked how our guys battled. I thought we got a lot of good minutes out of a lot of guys tonight, so it was a really good win.
All right, we'll take questions. Steve, what does this do for your momentum just to be able to get a win against another top five team? What does it do for your team's confidence?
Well, I hope a lot, Alex. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. We obviously we get that bye, but in a year like this where we've had that line drawn of the top four, Alex, when you look at it, I'm really pleased with where our guys have gone because if we, you never know what happens if we get those 2 road games at San Jose and play Colorado State again. You just don't know where we're going to finish, and so it's just it's great being a 5 seed. I told these guys I'm very proud of them because after you drew that line of the 4 everybody's been talking about, we were right there, and now we got to go play a Boise team that they've lost 3 in a row, so they're coming off some tough losses, and we know we're going to get their best effort. They're getting a lot of rest. We've got to get our rest. But I'm excited that we got a win going into this because had we lost 3 in a row, 2 to Utah State, and now this one coming off COVID, I just don't know where our guys' mindset would be. And we've had great practices all week coming off of Utah State. So I'm pleased that their effort mentally and physically was rewarded tonight. And we just made big play after big play. And, it's like we've talked about all year, like Grant. He didn't have his best game. Really tough turnover inside a minute. That Grant had a tough turnover. We go down and get a stop, and then the shot he makes is a step back going to his right for a righty. And step backs going to your right for a righty are about as hard a shot as you can take. And he doesn't hit rim. I mean, he does a really good job of doing the etch-a-sketch, the old etch-a-sketch, where it doesn't matter how the game's going. He can clear that pad and have a heroic shot, and it's just another huge shot, and we had some really good stops in that last 4 minutes.
Coach, you mentioned Grant right there with he's proven time and time again he brings his best game when it's clutch time. Does it surprise you anymore at all when he does this type of stuff?
No, because we've seen it all year long. I mean, he just has made big shot after big shot and big play after big play for us. And, I know he was upset at Utah State because he didn't play well in that series. And that's how valuable he is. I told him, I said, we've had really 2 really tough road trips, Wyoming and Utah State. We lost 2 at San Diego State, but I thought we played pretty well. But those 2, we didn't play well at all. And Grant had tough series, so it tells you how important he is to us. But, on an off night, he gets 18, 6, and 3, hits the game winner. He just finds a way. He's got that tough moxie to him that, I like it when we've got the last play of the game. And Coach Neal does a great job of just saying, hey, forget all the offense. Go 4 low, and he's going to create something and probably make a big shot, and he did it again tonight.
questions for Coach?
Yeah, Coach, you go down double figures there early on in the game. You mentioned getting into a rhythm there later, but before you dive into the film, what was probably the biggest thing you really did see as to how you slowly got back into that game?
Well, we were able to win the game with Dez and Grant not having good shooting nights, and that's encouraging because we had young players really step up. Trey Coleman, 11 and 6, 2 assists, no turnovers, and really defended well. Thought Trey had one of his better defensive nights. Daniel Foster, a tough start to his game, but I thought in the second half he was really good. I thought Kane Million, and Kane's really been practicing well. I thought, and he had a good game too against Utah State, and I thought he carried that momentum, and Kane was huge for us. He makes 4 threes for us, scores 17 points off our bench. Robbie didn't score, but I thought in his 16 minutes he really defended well, and he got some good rebounds for us. So I thought our bench really had a lot to do with it, why maybe we had a little bit of a slow start and got in foul trouble.
Grant, needless to say, this is a really big win for you guys. Just what can this do for you confidence-wise? Grant, I guess, one at a time. Grant, Dez, and Kane. What type of win does this do for you guys heading into the conference tourney, especially after what happened to Utah State coming off a 2-week-long pause, or almost 3 weeks long?
I mean, it's a big win for us. It's giving us a lot of confidence to go into the conference tournament and try to win 3 games. So I just think it's a great start for us trying to win 4 games and get to the big tournament.
Yeah, like he said, it's just great to have this win because of the last 2 wins at Utah State, the last 2 losses at Utah State, it was horrible. But now with this win, it just pushes us to be focused for these next couple games.
What they said. Yeah.
I guess just for all 3 of you as well, just what was your mindset there in the locker room as you guys went into the second half just to, push through and to then get your first lead of the night to come out on top here?
We, in halftime, the biggest focus was just telling everybody that we had to play defense because we scored 37 points or having 37 points without even playing well offensively and without scoring in the first 4 minutes of the game. So it really just came down to defense and getting gritty and just wanting to win. And guard.
And Kane, for you, you've been playing some good ball lately these past few games. What does it mean to you, especially late in the season in March? You want to be playing your best ball, that you're doing what you're doing and you're contributing heading into the tourney coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I learned it from last year that March is the most important month of the year for us. So, I mean, I'm just trying to contribute as much as I can to the team. And, yeah.
Grant, in those last seconds, you said it before, you look for, whatever's best for the team in that moment in time, but was there any way you were giving that ball up at all in those final seconds this time out?
I mean, yeah, if 2 people would have came at me, but other than that, I was probably going to shoot it. But, I mean, we wouldn't have had that opportunity if after I turned the ball over with 30 seconds to go, if we didn't, as a team, just go ahead and get the stop. So, I mean, without these guys, I don't get that shot. So, I mean, that's how it goes.
Just how important now is it just, a game like this as you guys continue to grow and to learn, but to learn from this as well and just as you head into next week? Whoever wants to answer is fine.
What'd you say again? I'm sorry.
Just how big is it to learn from a game like this, but to also build off of it as momentum as you head into next week?
It's really big because energy and just your mindset going into games is a really big factor that comes in that a lot of fans don't realize. And just like the Utah State games, that wasn't really us. We were, you could say whatever excuses you want, but at the end of the day, our head wasn't right, our mental wasn't right. And so now coming off a win like this gives us confidence, reassurance, and just tells us what we need to do to beat the top-ranked teams in this tournament and win 3 games in a row.
Dez, seeing your teammate Grant man, big shot, that is in these late clutch situations. The great Steven Jackson there was quote that I can't repeat on here, not so safe for work and or Zoom. But when it comes to just like guys making shots under pressure, have you met a guy quite like Grant who can do what he do?
I mean, I've met myself, so yes, I have. But man, Grant, hey man, he's been balling, man, and it's very important to have multiple players that have the confidence and the will to just go score and win games, because people are really I don't remember what his answer was the rest of the season, early in the season, but I do remember it said you're born with it. I mean, you just got to want to take those shots, and it's a mentality. And it's good to have another player like that around me, because he makes me better. And it's just great to have a player like that. And so with him, hey man, I have no worries, man. Hey, I trust him. Take the big time shots. He's delivered multiple times. So, there's that. Yeah.
For any three of you again as well, did it feel like there was a few more fans in the building tonight? Do you think that helped a little bit, feeding off that energy? Did it seem any louder than what it's been the last couple of games, or not really?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can always feel the presence in the building when it's more people. So, I mean, the fans did a great job of getting the gym hype, So it's always a plus whenever we got people cheering for us rather than against us.